Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing RAF, the Battle of Britain 1940. This is the second video and it's now 10 o'clock of the 11th of August, so it's still the first day of the Battle of Britain, and we just managed to intercept the first raid. We have a single victory point, yeah, and well, we'll see now. The advanced warning showed us that there might be raids from Luftflotte 2 south. So now all my planes are patrolling. That could be a problem if both raids will happen, because then after the first raid these might have to land, and then it's doubtful that there will be enough time to bring, for example, to bring them back into the air. But we might have then at least these one that are now at rearm ready to fight back. Okay. So now we go through the second raid phase of the day, and we got to see what target there will be. So that is Tangmere, and it's an airfield of a strategic value of 1. You can see now here the airfields are of a medium priority, and it's a 1, so there will be a raid only on a 5 or 6, and that would be only a minor raid. That's bad luck here. Okay. So we will have a minor raid. And, well, let's see. Okay, then we got to do the British detection. So let's roll for that. That's a 4. It's not so bad. So let's see what kind of modifiers do we have. The target's cards observer core. So this is Luftflotte 2, so it's clear. So we can add 3 as the observer core value. So that's a 7 then. And we got 3 radar nets, so we can add 6 again, because for each undamaged radar net we can add 2. So that's 13 then. That means early and poor. This is okay, I guess. Okay, and now we have to do the poor inter-squadron commitment. So we have to send now. We have to decide now which squadrons we want to send to intercept, and because we have only a poor intel, we have to decide that without any further information about the raid. But at least what we know, it's only a small raid, so shouldn't be so bad. We have an early warning, so let's see. We can send squadrons patrolling and in sectors en route and patrolling in range. So en route would be the 111. So we got 3 there that are patrolling. And 211 and 14, these are the ones that are in range. Well, okay, I mean, considering the fact that there is a possible follow-up raid here, also in the area of Luftflotte 2 South, maybe it's not even necessary to take too many planes here. I guess I will take these 2 and that one from Middle Wallop. This is still in range and it is patrolling here. So I guess I take only these 3 to intercept that minor raid. Although I'm not sure, I mean, yeah, maybe that's okay. I think that's okay. Okay. So, and then let's go on here. Yeah, now we got to determine the raid size. So we draw a force card here. Okay, so this is interesting now. We have minor raid, intelligence, limited or accurate, 1. So, but in this case, because the intelligence is poor, it's not the 1, but a 6. So, was a slight miscalculation here, and we might have now some trouble because, yeah, that was actually not what I expected, that the raid would be that big. Okay, and so let's go on a limited intel. Yeah, okay, raid deployment then. Let's see what kind of planes we have there. So first 6. So overall we have 3 Me-109, 2 U-87 and a 4th Me-109 on channel patrol. Okay, so this is now our raid display. And yeah, then we got the Hunter interception and, well, all our aircraft are intercepted now. Okay, and then let's see, we got the raid approach event. Okay, that says British altitude advantage if any of the following apply. Early or very early warning. I think this is actually what happened. Yeah, that did happen. So that's pretty cool. So we have an altitude advantage here. So now you can use this marker here. This is the German altitude advantage and this is the British altitude advantage. And this will now apply to the whole combat time. Okay, and back here in the rules we have a compendium of the events. So some events are not so clear as this one. It's not clearly written what exactly that means. So in this case we simply can look up. And it says if one or more of the conditions on the event card apply, the British side receives an advantage in both the hunter attack and squadron attack steps of the current raid. When resolving, both combats refer to the lettered row of the combat results table, one below the calculated row. Okay, that's definitely good. And this time, I hope I'm going to remember that. Last time I actually forgot that. It was something similar then. Okay, so let's see. And then we got the hunter attack. So let's hope for a good roll here. That was close. It was nearly a 1, but it's a 4, so that's okay in general, I guess. Now let's see. We have a total strength of 11, because the German Gruppen are at 0. So it's 11 and we got 3 German Gruppen. So that means it's this column here. We go down to 11. So that's here, that's number E, and because of the altitude advantage we can go to number F. And we rolled a 4, so let's see what does that mean. Okay, it says German DLA. Fine. So the A Gruppe is disrupted. That means they go to in-flight. This is this one here. Then we have a light loss of the full of the B Gruppe. This is this one, and that gives us then another victory point. And the last one was A, if I'm not mistaken, Yeah, so this is an abort, so they go to in-flight reduced. Okay. And then we have here, let's see what the result for the British ones is. It's a DDA. Okay. So we got here full squadron. Disrupt, that means to bomb box reduced or in-flight full. So I'm going to take them to the bomb box because I want to intercept both of these. So that is DD, so it's the A squadron and the B squadron. Okay, and then we have that Spitfire here. This is C, and I think that was an abort result. Yeah, that's an abort result. What exactly does that mean? To in-flight reduced. Okay. Fine. So, and then let's see. Yeah, now we come to the raid target event. Okay. So that says flag. Reduce all C Bombergruppen. Yeah, sadly there is no C bomber group, so it doesn't really help. Okay. And then we got to do a squadron interception. No, it's a... yeah, it's the squadron interception. Well, we will actually... there are as many squadrons in the bomb box as we have Gruppen in the bomb box. So that means all Gruppen in the bomb box and close escort box are intercepted. But there is no Gruppe in the close escort box. So the bombers are completely ours, which is great. So yeah, let's do our squadron attack then. So we have now 14, and this is then 4 more, so it's 18, and there are 2 Gruppen. So it's this column here, this is a 2, and then we go down to 18, which is pretty far down actually. Yeah, it's this one, it's H, row number H, and then we, in addition, we have the altitude advantage. So this is row number I. This is amazing. This is the best row we can have. So we have a pretty good chance here to simply blow all these bombers away. So let's hope for a good row, then we can do some bad damage, and that would be really cool now. Let's see what we got. That's a 2. This is not so great, but it's still okay. Actually, it is okay. So we have A, H, and H for the Germans. So let's see what that means. The first one is a full Gruppe in the bomber box. So that is an A. So they go to, the A goes to in-flight reduced. Okay. And then the B. Yeah, that's an H. So let's see. They take heavy loss. So they go to heavy loss. Here. And that means that we gain 2 more victory points, which is cool. It's a little sad that we didn't manage to destroy the second one. If that would have been a C instead of an A, then yeah, then we would get 2 more victory points, which would be awesome. But okay, and so that was a 2, and then we have the British, no effect, abort, no effect. So there is A, there is no effect on A, and B has an abort result. Let's see, we got reduced squadrons here, so the no effect goes to in-flight reduced, and the abort goes sadly to light loss full, and we have to lose 1 victory point here. That's a little sad. So it was not the best result to roll the 2 here. But okay. Still, I think it was okay, considering the fact that we had that really poor intel. Yeah, I think that was okay. Okay, so, and then we come to the German recovery. The bombers go to the air bases. Let's say U-87, which goes back here. The full fighters go to clock +3. So they end up here. And the reduced fighters, they go to clock +4, flipped to 4. Okay. So, clock update. So now we can see here, luckily we have now a time advance 2, which is really good. So we can bring this now here, and that means now we can place this guy back onto his base. This is the German fighter turnaround then. So yeah, that's a Me 109 of Luftflotte 3. So we simply place that here. Okay, and then we got the squadron turnaround. And now we got, after 2 time advances, so that means the rearm and land, they both go back into their sector. So we can now bring all these aircraft and we can place them back into the sector. Okay, then the patrolling aircraft also go back into their sectors. So that's definitely good. That will be helpful for the next raid. So they all go back here, just like this. This one is here. That one, yeah, it's here actually. Okay. Yeah, fine. And then, let's see. The full in-flight, they go also back into the sector. Well, there are no full in-flight here. And the reduced in-flight, they go back to rearm and are flipped to full. So we have here 410. So that is placed here. And we have, yeah, that's another 410. So they are both placed here. Okay, so in general it's looking good. I think that was a pretty successful time now. Problem is only that there are not many squads now here in this eastern part. No, it's actually it's the western part. So okay, so that was then the squadron turnaround, and then we got the advance warning here. So let's see, this is Luftflotte 2 East here, but the next raid will probably happen at Luftflotte 2 South. Okay, and then it's the squadron patrol assignment once again. So let's see. Yeah, Luftflotte 2 East is now actually this area back here. There was no raid there until now. So again, it's well, I think we can send the ones here in the south, we can send them all on patrol. I think this is no big deal actually. And maybe also the ones here. We will send them all on patrol. And here I'm not so sure actually. We might say, okay, we take maybe one here, maybe one here, and well, we could also place these ones, for example the 212 here, because usually Luftflotte East is more this area here and not so much these far inland planes. That's I mean, we still have a good chance. Even if they come from here, we have a good chance to intercept them if they're gonna go more into the land. So I guess I'm gonna place these guys possibly here. Yeah, okay, that's fine, I guess. Good. And now it's the next raid phase, and again we can determine the target. Okay, so this is Canley Airfield. And that has a strategic value of 3. So in this case, airfields is again medium. So we have a pretty good, we have a raid there, a raid, and on a 1 or 2 it's a minor raid. Otherwise it's a major one. Okay, cool, it's a minor raid. I think that's not bad. Yeah, and Canley is here, so let's determine now the detection. That was great, that's a 6. That's perfect, just awesome. So, okay, let's see what you got here. We got a, well, it's obviously 6, and then we have, because it's Luftflotte 2, the weather is clear. The observer value for clear weather is a 5. That's amazing. So that will bring us to 11 then. And in addition, we have 2 radar nets, which is not so great. So we can add 4. So that brings us then to 15. So that's early limited. That is pretty good. Okay. And let's see then. Poor intel squadron commitment, nope. Raid size determination. Let's see what that is. So in this case, minor raid, intelligence limited or accurate. That is the case. So we have only 1 Gruppe. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to simply take these 2 planes here in patrol and place them in the hunt box. That should be enough. Oh, actually, I forgot this guy here in the channel patrol box from the last one. He went to the in-flight box, and then because he was full from the in-flight box, he went to 3+. So he also ends up here. I forgot that. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty cool now. And let me see then. Yeah, then we got to do the raid deployment. Draw another card. And that is 1 Messerschmitt 109. Okay, so that's not such a big deal actually. It's one of these up here, and yeah, that goes probably also in the hunt box then. Okay, and now we could decide, this is now the hunter interception. We could decide now, because we have more Gruppen than we have more squadrons than Gruppen in the hunt box. So we now could decide access full squadrons to bomb box or in flight, or stay in hunt box. And I think we're gonna stay there. So that gives us definitely the advantage to be outnumbered. Not to be to outnumber the other ones. Okay, And then we draw for the rate approach event. Okay, so these are undetected hunters. If the intelligence rating is poor, that was not the case, so nothing will happen here. And then we got to go to the combat results table and do the combat. So let's see, we got overall we got 7. That's our combat value, and we got 1 Gruppe. So it's here. We go down to 7. Here we go. This is G. So let's roll. That's a 4 again. Let's see what we got here. So the Germans, it's LLD. So they will take a light loss because B is an L, so they take a light loss here. We're going to place them here, and that gives us another victory point, which is cool. And for the British, that's a 4. It's A, D, and no effect. So that means here we got full squadron. So disrupt. So we could go to in-flight full and to in-flight reduced. No, actually that's not true. B, wait a second. A, D, and no effect. So D is disrupt. And that applies to the... Yeah, that applies to the B. And the no effect applies to C. So that means we can go to in-flight full. Yeah, we can go with both to in-flight full. So that's definitely cool. Nice. That was an easy victory point. Okay, and we don't have any German recovery because there are no German Gruppen in the in-flight box. We do the clock update, and again we have a time advance of 2, which is pretty cool. And now during the German turnaround, that means we can place all these Gruppen now back in on their bases. Okay, and then again we do our squadron turnaround. So the rearms, they go back in the sector. These are these 2 here. They are both from 410, so we can place them here. Then all the patrolling ones also go in the sector, and the full in-flight, these 2, they will also go into their sectors. Okay, and then it's again the advance warning during the airfield operations phase. So let's see. Okay, so both shows Luftflotte 2 East, and this is going to be, yeah, I think we can now pretty sure they're not going to be more so this is basically going to be the last raid of the day. It's not that simple. I mean, it's not 6 o'clock. So the night raids, we have the Blenheims for the night raids, so we don't care about these night raids for now. Theoretically, it's possible that we have a follow-up raid. But that means that the patrolling planes, they don't have to land. They can also they can attack the follow-up raid anyway. So that means we can basically send all our planes on patrol now, which I'm gonna do, I guess. I'm gonna send 2 of them here, and I'm gonna send one of these guys from 611 here. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna send them all here. And maybe even another one. Another hurricane, I think. ABC, yeah, I think I will even send another one here on the patrol. And they also go here into their patrol boxes, and I will send 2 more into that patrol box. And I'm also thinking about, well, I could also place 2 here. Well, actually, yeah, I mean, why not? I could even place another one here, actually. I could place, for example, yeah, there is actually no reason not to do this. I place all of these guys here and all of them here in the patrol box. I think that's fine. In addition, I could place these here in the patrol box over London, and then we can take all of them here and place them here in that patrol box, and maybe even this one, place it here. I think that will do it now. So we have lots and lots of fighters now ready to attack the ones that come now. Okay. Yeah, so that was the squadron patrol assignment. And now let's do one last raid. So let's determine the raid target. Well, this is once again an airfield with a strategic value of 2. North Weld. This would be here then. Let's see. This is minor, so this is this one here. So on a 3 and 4, we would have a minor raid, and on a 5 or 6, it would be a major one. That's a 5. So we have a major raid there. Maybe this is not even so bad if we have if we have an early detection. This could be an opportunity to make a lot of points now. But let's see about that. Yeah, let's do the British detection now. I need a good roll. And that's a 5. This is great. So let's see. It's a major raid, so that's a +3. So that brings us to 8. Then we do have this observer core value, clear weather. So that gives us an 11 then. And then for each undamaged radar net, 4 more. So that brings us then to 15. So again, it's a early limited detection. Okay. And now we got to determine the raid size. It's a major raid. And well, we will have 12 Gruppen. That's a really major raid. So that's going to be a big battle. Okay, so now we have the limited intel squadron commitment. So let's see. I mean, there is always a follow-up raid possible, but let's see first. We have now it's early. So that means squadrons patrolling and in sectors en route and patrolling in range. Okay, so that means that's a lot of sectors, man. This is 511 and 611. So these are these two sectors, so we can take all these sectors. And in range are 311, 411 and London, so that we can also take this one and London. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna take these. That's for sure, actually. Place them in the hunt box. And the ones here from London. And then I'm gonna take, I guess, 3 from here. And then maybe 2 from here. So in the unlikely case there is a follow-up raid. We still have a few patrolling there. This is not great, but you never know. I mean, there is Luftflotte East, that's the next target card. And let's assume we really had a follow-up raid. Then we still have a few fighters that can try to intercept that raid. Okay. Then so that's a 12. These are 12 planes, and we're going to do the raid deployment now. So draw again. Okay. So these are the planes we're going to see here. So all of them, some Dornier 17, 2 of them, 2 Henkel 111, and 1 Me 110 that goes in the close escort box, 2 Me 109 that go to the channel patrol box, and 1 Me 109, and this E means that they also go into the close escort box. Okay, and now the Me 110, they are here, and the first ones we got to take there now are these elite units. You can see here an E, so these are the ones that we're gonna take and that we're gonna place here in the close escort box. And then I'm gonna place the others now in the raid display. Okay, so this is our raid here. Pretty awesome. And now we come to the hunter interception. And now we have a special rule that applies here, because there is some loophole in the rules. I don't know exactly, I think there is some kind of strategy or tactic. If you somehow always do this extreme overwhelming advantage here in the hunt box, I think it is possible to beat the game pretty easily. I think there is some, I'm not sure how this loophole works, but I think the idea is that you concentrate only on a very few raids on a day, maybe only one raid, and you put all of your people in there, and then you simply accept the fact that all the other raids go through, so you don't care about the rest. Something like that. So the designer came up with this rule now, the overwhelming numerical advantage. If there are 5 or more squadrons in the hunt box and squadrons outnumber fighter groups by 2 to 1 or more, you must move excess squadrons to the bomber box until there are less than 5 squadrons in the hunt box, or the ratio of squadrons to fighter gruppen is less than 2 to 1. Okay. So this is what we got to do now. Okay. Okay, so this is how we ended up. We have now here less than 2 to 1. It's 7 to 4. And we have now here 5 fighter gruppen in the bomb box. Okay, and then we're going to do the raid approach event. Okay, so the channel patrollers hunt. The raid is coastal or inland. So yeah, this is North Weld, so it's inland. So that's what actually happens. So we got 2 more now. So it's not that easy anymore. Okay. And then we go to the hunter attack. So let's see, overall we have 1, 2, 3 times 4, this is 12, and 4 times 3, so it's 24 overall, and we got 6 gruppen. So it's here, 6 gruppen, and then we go down to 24, so this is E. So that's not that great. Pretty bad fight now. And that's a 5, so I was lucky again, I guess. At least I hope so. So let's see what that means. That's a 5, so the Germans, all of them aboard. A. Okay. So let's see. Germans full gruppen, they all go to in-flight reduced. Okay, that's definitely good. Let's place them all here. And then we have okay, so that is E. A is light damage, the British, no effect on B, and C is disrupt. Okay, so these 2 now, they take light damage, so that means we will lose 2 victory points here. That's 4-11 and 7-11. Okay, or light loss actually. Okay, here we go. And we lose 2 victory points. No effect on B. So that means we can place them in the bomb box. So it's these 3, they all go in here. And then we got these C. And that is now D, disrupted. So what is that here? To bomb box reduced of in-flight full. So, well, I guess I will bring them to the in-flight full. I don't want to risk any more light losses. So, and we're strong enough in the bomb box, I think that's pretty sure. Okay, so let's do the raid target event now. Okay, so this says big wing. If more than one squadron from 12 group is attacking, shift down 1 row for squadron attack. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's the case actually. We have here 3 squadrons from 12 group. What? 12 group? Yeah, okay. 12 group is these guys, I guess. So we can shift down 1 row. That's definitely cool. And yeah, so what happens now is we can intercept all bombers because we have squadrons, greater Gruppen in bomber box. So all Gruppen in bomber box and close escort box are intercepted. So that means we have to fight now all these, the bomber Gruppen, the close escort fighters, and all our fighters. All these numbers are now added, and that's a lot. Okay, so let's see, we got 1, 2, that's 12. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That adds 15, so that's 27. Okay, then we got here 10, so that's 37. And we got 12, so that's 39, so that's 49 then. And then this elite one here. So this is actually 50. This is ridiculous. This is just absolutely crazy. And we got 6 Gruppen in the in the raid box. So this is this one here, and we are at 50. So let's see. That's actually not that hard. So this is H, but because now we come to the big wing, it brings us 1 row down to I because of this special because of that special target event. So now if we're a little lucky, we can really rock. I mean, if we roll good now, we can do some real bad damage to these guys. Let's see. Come on, that would be awesome. Yeah, this is it. This is amazing. Look at that. That's 3 times heavy losses for the Germans. So that means basically we destroy all these Gruppen. This is just absolutely amazing. Damn it, this is great. Okay. Whew. And that gives us then, because these were 12, these were 6 Gruppen, so that gives us 12 victory points. This is absolutely amazing. So that brings us here to 14 now. Ha! That's fantastic. And what happens to us, there is the seaplanes, they take a disrupt result. So that means we have full squadrons in the bomber box. So they go to in-flight reduced, and that's all. So we got these guys here. They go here. What a fantastic result. Yeah, and the others, they go to in-flight full. Because there is no other effect for them. Fantastic. So let's do the German recovery now. Okay, so the bombers would move to the air bases, but they were all destroyed. The full fighters, no full fighters here. The reduced fighters, they moved to clock +4. So that would be the end of day now, and that means that we place them instead on their bases on the reduced side. So that means they cannot be used during the actual day anymore for any raids. So these were all Me 109, so they're all placed in here. Okay. Okay, fine. And so that was a German recovery. And now it's actually interesting because we have now the clock update, and it says now time advance, no Luftwaffe deplete 0. So this is actually the case. So there is no time advance now. So that means now what actually happens is we have a follow-up raid right away. So we might still have some problems because, yeah, now there are no. Now it might be very good that we had at least a few squadrons left here on the map. If it's a major raid, it's going to be hard for them. But let's see. I mean, I think it was a good decision. So that was now the, let me see first. Exactly, so it says now here no time advance, new raid phase. So now we would start again a new raid determination. So we would draw this one, but we don't do this right now. It's time to load this up. And it's going to be an interesting next raid phase because, yeah, as I said, we're not very strong here. And it's still the first day. It's near the end of day, but it's still the first day. Well, that was just amazing. I mean, we heavy losses for the Germans. Terribly losses. So we did really great here. And, yeah. Let's see what the next... what the end of the next of this day will bring, and I hope you will see me in my next video. Bye.